Hey guys, it's Klyborg back with another video. Today I'm bringing you guys a trailer dissection for the Unturned update 3.16 point some odd string of zeros. In this update, which is scheduled for August 19th, if all goes as planned, we're going to be getting our brand new Russia map, which has been long awaited. We've already gotten most of the guns, I think, if not all of them. And so I just can't wait to actually play on this map. It's going to be tons of fun. And yeah, so let's just watch the trailer and then we'll get into the dissection. Right off the bat, just watching that trailer, it looks super epic, incredibly amazing. Tons of new stuff we haven't seen before, so let's just jump right into it. Okay, so right here you can see that it's a new lake with a lighthouse up in the middle-ish section. Additionally, we have a ton of new terrain colors that we haven't seen before, and that's what I really like, more terrain variation, and that's something that I'm really excited to see in the new Russia map. Moving on to this next picture, we have more terrain variation with new rock outcrops, which look really cool. Also, the grass is a new color that we haven't seen before. I think it's going to be really interesting for PvP. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if people made their bases up here, because if the trees are to the same scale that we have on Washington and PEI, I think that those rock outcrops would be a really nice place to make a base. This next location that's been revealed looks really cool since it's a train station where the trains can rotate and go up on different tracks. And also you can see that there's a little hole where the train should be, and I'm thinking that might lead to where we can get underground. You can also see how this is probably a hardware type loot location based on the construction zombie that we can see in the bottom left corner. From what I can see, there's already two trains, the orange train and the blue train, which is inside. So that'll be pretty cool, and it'll be interesting to see if there's anything that spawns inside those trains. This next location reveal seems to be a quarry, seeing as though there are cranes that lead down and there's rock outcrops that are exposed to the surface. So it'd be really interesting to see if pickaxes spawn there, because if they don't, then that's going to be a little bit confusing, but I'm interested to see what kind of loot will spawn there and how people can make bases out of that. Another thing I'd like to point out is because I can see train tracks, I'm wondering if that building on the right is a bit of a train station for trains to stop out and get some materials from here. I'm also interested to see if or how the train tracks are used by bandits and thieves, seeing as though they kind of look like they might be the next highways for the Russian map. Tons of stuff in this next little photo right here. Right away we can see that there's a building on the right hand side that closely resembles the Kremlin in Moscow, Russia. Additionally, there's another tall building, which I'm not really sure what it is, on the left. There's a church in the top left. You've got a helipad near the police station with a helicopter on it, so it is confirmed that we're going to have helicopter spawns here. But mostly because of the very Kremlin-like building, I'm thinking this is going to be Moscow. Don't know if I'm right, but that's what I'm thinking. That's my theory. Here's another city that we have a look at. Right off the bat we can see that there may be a hospital-like location towards the top middle, and there's also a strange green object in one of the intersections towards the middle of the picture. I'm really wondering what that might be. Mostly because it's very square. I doubt it's a tank, but it very well could be. It might be another transport vehicle, but I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see until we have the map for ourselves. This is the first look of the Russian mall that we can see in this trailer. We'll get to see it again later on in a police shootout, but there's nothing much to show here. It's just a new mall that Nelson made for the Russia map. But to be honest guys, I really like this mall a lot better than I do the one on Washington. Mostly because of the colors, but it also looks a lot more spread out and a lot more mall-ish, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm super excited about this clip because it shows a tank factory where they make tanks. So on the left you can see that there's a tank body without the turret, and on the right you can see that they're assembling the turret onto the tank. Now this is going to be super cool. I'm really hoping that this is a military loot location. I don't know why it wouldn't, because you can see a military knife in the bottom left-ish. So this is going to be really cool. I'm going to love to see this. I bet people are going to make a base out of this, so, you know, really another cool location, awesome thing that Nelson added. I really cannot wait to play. Now this looks like a private villa or mansion that somebody owns, and honestly they must be pretty well off since they have a helipad and they have 2 statues leading in and a fountain. Now this looks like a really cool location in Unturned, a lot more fleshed out than what Nelson's done in the past with Washington and PEI. It looks really beautiful, it looks awesome. Wondering what kind of loot will spawn here, if any loot will spawn at the helipad. That's going to be different from the regular house. I don't know, we'll just have to see. Here's a shot of what I believe is the Underground Railway with what appears to be an armored train. Now we know this is a military spawn location since we have the green, the all weird olive green Russian uniforms spawning besides the bulldog there and on the right of the train. So this is going to be really cool. And here you have the military base on the Russian map. Now what's really cool is it's right next to a mountain which has really cool rock formations. I also just wanted to point out the trees look very different, but that might just be me. This military base has 2 hangars, 2 helipads, and 6 barracks along with 3 towers. So it's going to be really cool to see what kind of loot spawns here. I'm going to bet it's going to be all the new Russian guns and the Russian uniforms along with the standard military items. Here we can see that this is the Underground Railway where a train has been toppled over somehow, but what's really interesting to me about this screenshot right here is the fact that the player is holding an eagle fire. Now I'm hoping that this is confirmation that military weapons will still be spawning in addition to the ranger weapons. However, it may just be airdrops which this player has gotten it off of. I'm not really sure what the logic is there. It's going to be interesting to see. Right here we have a really epic shot of some of the new vehicles that we should expect to see in the Russia update. There's a helicopter, the tank, and an armored car with an extra wheel on the side. It's going to be really cool. The cars on this map have seemed to be kind of older, and we'll see some more older cars, quotation marks, further on in the video. Not too long actually. But all in all, I think this shot was included to show that these are the new military vehicles that we should expect to see. I'm wondering if there's going to be a Ural. That would be interesting. I hope we have one, because this armored car right here just seems to be a small transport. Here we have a scene that I'm sure most of us are familiar with. Just 2 cop cars chasing down some red fast car. The thing that I really like about this is that it shows that there's still going to be the same kind of gameplay, but I do like how it really nicely showcases the landscape. I love the colors. It's going to be really amazing, really beautiful. This next shot we have is of the mall where 3 policemen seem to be using the new Russian weapons. The guy on the left is using the Night Raider, the guy on the right seems to be using the Agaver, and I'm not completely sure what the guy still on the stairway is using because I can't zoom in that much. However, my best guess would be the fuselage. This shot is of a submarine which has been breached by something, and there's actually a kitchen sink right there. So I'm guessing this is going to be some kind of military loot location, but if you look in the background, that's actually some kind of structure. So this might actually be below the oil rig, so that's going to be really interesting to find out. Now I've heard rumors, and this seems to be confirming the rumors, that there is going to be a new Mafia outfit. You can see that the guys shooting at the poor guy with his hands up have new type of fedora with a white stripe, and they seem to be wearing Mafia suits. In addition, those cars behind them, I'm gonna guess those are Mafia cars, so that's the new kind of old car I was talking about. That's going to be included with the Russia update. Right here we have a nighttime shot of 2 helicopters flying over a forest which either just doesn't have many leaves or the trees are freshly dead. Now this has sparked a little bit of an idea in my mind, and I'm kind of hoping that Nelson has included Chernobyl in this map as a dead zone. That would be really cool. And my basis for that is that Nelson has said he wants to do more things with dead zones in the future. On Washington, we have the UFO crash site. So if we had Chernobyl in this map, that would make perfect amount of sense because it still emits radiation, which would make sense. I mean, it's perfect. I don't know why you wouldn't do it. Right here we have our first shot of what I believe is the oil rig. I mean, there's no reason not to believe it. It looks like it's out in the middle of an ocean or a giant lake. But you can see there's also a little bird, which is not a new helicopter, and there appears to be a gun peeking out of the side, and that's actually, we're going to talk about that in just a second here. It looks like there's a radio tower, and there's a bunch of little cool places you can make a base. Right here is the Hell's Fury on top of a little bird. How cool is that, guys? That's pretty sweet. But yeah, guys, that's the trailer breakdown. If there's anything that I did miss, make sure you tell me in the comments. Honestly, if people are actually going to comment, because who does anymore? Anyways, but yeah, thanks for watching this video. I'm super hyped for the Russia update. Wonder if you are. Probably. If you're watching this video, you're probably interested in it. So yeah, there you go. Answering my own questions with Klyborg. Yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I enjoyed making it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.